Cool down 3.9. We're going to solve these equations here. Starting with the first one, we have the square root of n plus 2. Very important to notice that the square root only goes up to the 2. This -4 is not inside this radical. Since it's not inside the radical, we would need to move this over so that I could isolate the radical. So I have square root of n plus 2 equals to +4. Here I'm going to square both sides so that I can cancel out the square root. And we have n plus 2 equals to 4 squared. That's 4 times 4. Subtract 2 to both sides and I get 14. So n is equal to 14. Question number 2. Here we have -4 equals to the cube root of m plus 2. The cube root is already isolated, so I could go ahead and cube both sides. So the cube root and the cube cancel out, so I have n plus 2. Here is -4 times -4 times -4 is -64. I subtract 2 to both sides and I get m is equal to -66. Okay. The second part of this cool down, select all of the equations that have no solution. So what I'm looking for in no solution is that you have the square root. It doesn't matter what's in here, but it's isolated. There's no numbers here, there's no numbers here, and it's equal to some negative value. Okay, so if we look at this one, this would be square root of x equals to -1 if I move the 2 over. And this would be no solution. Right here, if I add 3 to both sides, this would be the square root of x equals to a positive number. That one should have a solution. Right here, we have a square root equal to a negative number. That's no solution. What about this one? If we add 4, this becomes +2. That one's okay. If I move this, it becomes +3. That's okay. -2 minus 2, that's equal to 1. That's fine. And if I add 2 here, add 2, it becomes the square root equals to -3 plus 1. That's -1. So this is no solution as well. Okay, so I had 3 options that had no solution.